Hey, welcome back to the shop, kids. We're still in February, 50 degrees in the shop. I don't even know what it is outside. You can see your breath, and there's snow on the ground, and it ain't melting. It's colder than a witch's, you know what I'm saying, which is pretty cold. Today, what are we doing in the shop? There's an old foot peg. If we take a close look, you can see on the 25 breakout with the 26 degree lean angle, and you're coming off an 84 FXR. FXR, you can carve some canyons. The old 25 breakout, not so much. You can get down on her, but you know, you end up getting into the foot pegs. Well, Harley Davidson, in their infinite wisdom, put these little replaceable wear bars on the bottom of your pegs so you don't burn up your $2,500 foot pegs made of rubber and aluminum. Right? They put this little doodad on the bottom, keep you from replacing your rubber and, I don't know, more drag when you get in the corner, it'll spin you around. I don't know. But these are from the last project. What do we have here? We have the removed floorboard, because I'm looking at this thinking, okay, 26 degree lean angle. My pivot point's going to be relatively in the same place, correct? Okay, so if you've got your lean angle in the same place, the floorboard is up a little bit. I'll put this in the back, see if we can run a rod through her. Let's see, I got a rod right here. Happen to be handy with the rod, and it is too big, not gonna work. Take my word for it. The peg almost sits underneath, okay? And then you look down here, you got your wear bar even further down from that. Now if we take this off, you're raising up a little bit, got a little step up, but these are beautiful thrashing mini floorboards. Don't like them big floorboards. They kind of get in your way when you're going to put your foot down. So I got with these mini floorboards from the front, and I said to myself, this itself, what are we going to do to keep that from getting jacked up if I get into a corner with a little steep, you know, a little more than 26 degree, let's say I go 27 degree. Am I going to start cuffing up these beautiful aluminum? I mean, the etching on the bottom of them, they got thrashing in the front. So, you know, when you're pulling up next to your dudes, they can look over and see you come and see that thrashing, and they will start, you know, really thrashing. Made in the USA, beautiful pegs. Nice stippling on there. And I said, what am I gonna do to protect this beautiful floorboard? I'm getting all cuffed up on the bottom. Well, let me tell you, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a horseshoe. We're gonna build a horseshoe, which is gonna be a wear bar on the bottom. Now this has been pre-drilled. I did this job, both of them are done. I just happened to take it apart to show you people what I did to protect these beautiful thrashing mini floorboards. 26 breakout. Now, I don't know if you bagger guys don't like them big boards, you want to put these minis on. I don't know if you get into corners. I don't know if you're out there taming the dragon, what you're doing. But I kind of get a little aggressive every now and then in the corners. It's kind of the reason I got a motorcycle. Yeah, I'm no Road Rossi, you know. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some floorboards. Now I already pre-cut out all my parts and pieces. And you might wonder, well, how did you know what angle you were gonna assemble all these parts and how you were gonna drill them all? Well, let me tell you, it's not that hard. But you've got your template built. You're gonna test fit your pieces. You're gonna set your pieces on here like so. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly so that they're not intruding on the outside edge or on the bottom. Transfer them to your template. don't want to be welding on that aluminum. It will not weld, but it will discolor, and you'll have a lot of problems. Make sure you're lined up perfectly with your drawing. Take your little welder, pop it right in the middle in case you got to tweak it a little to the left, a little to the right. Once you get that cooled off, bring it over here, give her a little test fit, and say, hey, you know what? I think that's going to work for us. So then you bring it back over here, clamp her down nice and tight, and put some final passes to her. Whap! Flip it over, weld her on the bottom, whap! Then you're going to take it over to your bench grinder, and you're going to smooth it out, okay? So when you smooth it out, this is what you're going to be left with. Beautiful piece. It's going to line up perfectly with your floorboard. Once you're all lined up perfectly with your floorboard, that's when you drill your holes. Clamp her down. Clamp her down, whether you clamp it to your table, C-clamps, vice clamps, whatever you use to clamp her down, go ahead and clamp her down. And drill your holes. Mindful that you're going to stick your round bar on the outside edge. Okay, this isn't a structural weld. This is just, you're just kind of burning them together. It's a wear part, folks. Nobody's going to see it. It's a wear part. Make sure everything's nice and good. You got her all ground down. Drill your holes. Once your holes are drilled, all three of them are going to be perfectly in line with each other. Very simple. Then come back. We've got a 1024 cap screw Allen head. I went ahead and tapped those. Come right through. That's going to hold them to your floorboard. How are we going to go? Let's see. Might as well just stick it together for you. That's the bottom corner. Here we go. So 10/24 or 1024 Allen head, stainless. Don't want this stuff rusted. You're gonna have to wallow out your floorboard to accept the shank, the head. Okay? So I just used a step drill, carved this bigger than my actual hole, and we're in there nice and tight. Once you get that all up in there, your floorboard and your horseshoe goes together like so. Now, I would strongly suggest that you tighten them all equally at the same time to prevent any binding. When you weld these up, you're going to get a little bit of heat. You're going to get a little bit of distortion. It's just a fact of the matter. Very hard to weld two pieces of metal and not have them squeeze together or pull apart. That's why I suggest just putting a small tack right in the middle. You welders know this. When you put these in, very simple. On a last minute thought, my top one, after I added my wear bar, my top one I did grind on the top because it was kind of sticking down. I did take the grinder to it, pulled it off, took the grinder to it, found the angle that I desired with it on the bike. That's gonna make it happen. I ended up taking the end of the bolt off too. Not a big deal. Let me get my Allen wrench and we'll secure this up in here like so. Couple turns on that one. These are a little longer. Zing them down in there just like that. This is going to save the bottom of my Thrashing mini floorboards on the 2025 Harley Davidson BREAKOUT, because it has a bit of a, she sits a little low. Okay, she really does. I don't ride with the metric bikes very often, but I've never been left in the dust in the corners of Pennsylvania. You can't go a mile here, hardly, without coming to a corner or a hill or another corner or another hill. It's funny, I was born and raised in Maine, and everybody in Maine calls people from south of Maine flatlanders. Same kind of terrain. You're up a hill, down a hill, around a corner, up a hill, down a hill. Very unique place. And this is what they look like after I did them. Now, when you take the corner, let's move you around here. This away. Now, you come to corner. I'm gonna say you're gonna get a little bit more because you're higher up than the foot pegs stock. You come into a corner and you hit bottom. You're gonna be grinding on this wear bar. I've made several pieces, so if anybody would like one, I'll leave the link in the description. But I do have knowledge, and I do have some tools. So if you don't have a welder, you can show your welder friend this video, and he can make you up a set of horseshoes if you're banging up the bottom of your foot pegs, floorboards, or what you got. Thanks for coming. Next episode, stay tuned. It's going to get exciting. We got some stuff coming in the mail right now. We got it ordered, and I'm telling you what, there's going to be some changes to the FXRB. We'll see you in Daytona. Thanks for coming.